How is it going, Bears fans? Welcome back to another episode of the Beared Down podcast, where we talk everything Bears every day of the week. Another episode of Beared Down Uncut today, guys. Welcome back to episode 136. We are all the way back now, officially in summer mode. We have finished up school, all three of us, and we're going to start recording videos every day of the week. Feels great to be back. We're a little bit rusty, as you can tell. That intro was a little bit out of sorts, but before I introduce myself and my co-host, I would like to say, if you want Bears content every day of the week, every day of the summer, throughout training camp and leading up to the 2021 season, do us a favor wherever you are listening, subscribe or follow, and if you're listening on YouTube, do us a favor and drop a like. Today in episode 136, we are going to be predicting Justin Fields' rookie stats, and it really depends on when we think he's going to start, but it's going to be a little bit of a shorter video today, but we wanted to get something out to kick off the summer, and what better to talk about than the hot commodity in Chicago that is Justin Fields. So I am your host, Chris Malpe. Today I'm joined by the right of me by both of my co-hosts back for the summer, Parth and Jaylen McClinton. Been 2 weeks since we recorded, but we're getting back on that everyday schedule for sure now. I can guarantee that. So guys, how's it going? How does it feel to be back in Illinois, and how are you guys doing?
Feels good. Love being back home. It's nice and relaxing, obviously. Not really doing much besides working a little and just, hanging out with friends and stuff. But yeah, it's good to be back. Excited to record again. It's been a long time. A little rusty, like Chris said. It takes a little time to get back to it again, I guess. But there's a lot to talk about. But nothing better than Justin Fields. I think I'm excited to talk about his stats today.
Bro, am I muted?
No.
No, you're not.
I've been doing good.
We're rusty, man. We're rusty.
Yeah, I thought I was muted because I'm usually muted for some reason. So I've been doing good. Like Chris said, I'm finishing up with school. I still got to take finals, but that's gonna be a breeze for me. So I've been cool watching the White Sox.
You guys have been tweeting out consistently about the White Sox. I haven't really been on the loop about any Chicago sports just because I was trying to finish finals the last 2 weeks. Yeah. But you guys are consistently tweeting about the White Sox. We got to get out to a game this summer.
Yeah. I was just going to talk about that. Like we said, we're finishing up with school. The White Sox are amazing. Hopefully we can catch a game this year because that offense is fun to watch.
Sounds like Tony La Russa's on something else.
Shut up! No.
All right, well, we'll move past it. But yeah, the last 2 weeks, obviously we've missed a lot in terms of the Bears. Rookie minicamp was something that happened. Matt Nagy went into isolation for a little bit because he was a close contact for COVID, which beats me because I'm a little bit surprised. I think that means that he's not vaccinated. But anyways, everyone has the right to do whatever they want to do. But rookie minicamp did happen. It was last weekend on, I believe, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. We got our first chances to see very limited highlights and some film and some pictures of all the rookies, obviously. Justin Fields, Tevin Jenkins, Larry Borum, Khalil Herbert, Daz Newsome, Kairis Tonga, and Thomas Graham. So it was exciting to see them, but here we're just back probably for a little short video, probably under 10 minutes, just making our quick predictions on how Justin Fields is going to do in 2021. So first, just to recap a little bit, guys, the last video we made was obviously who's going to start week one, but Parth, I'm going to start with you. First and foremost, when do you see Fields starting the season? A lot of people like him slotted in there at week 4 against Detroit. A lot of people want him there week 1, but Ian Rappaport said there's probably a 5%, if not a less chance, that Justin Fields starts week 1, and kept hammering down that the Bears want to do that Kansas City plan that they had with Alex Smith and Patrick Mahomes, where they hold him out until the next season. So when do you see Justin Fields starting, and do you see it being this season?
Yeah, I definitely do see it being this season. I think he starts week 1. I've said it all along. I think he has what it takes to be a quarterback here in Chicago. He's got the strong arm. He's got the mentality. He's a winner. There's nothing better. With Mr. Trubisky, there was a little bit of concerns, But with Justin Fields, he's played the top competition. He's taken down Clemson. He's played in the Big Ten. He's won the Big Ten championship. So with him, you can put him out against the NFL and see what he can do. I know that there's a tough defense awaiting him week 1 against the Rams with Jaylen Ramsey and Aaron Donald, the best defensive player in the NFL. But there's nothing better than to start off week 1 against the best defense, because it's only going to get easier afterwards. And if anything, that's going to benefit him.
Yeah, you know what? I've always been someone throughout my life that's gone with my gut. And for some reason, something is just telling me that Justin Fields is going to start week 1. He said in an interview a couple of days ago, if you aren't striving for the starting job, you shouldn't be here. Obviously, the Bears have right now their depth chart's going to look like Dalton, Fields, Foles, and they're probably going to have to cut Nick Foles if they can't find a trade partner for him. And they probably haven't found a trade partner for him because they owe him $9 million over the next 2 seasons. But you know what? The Bears are paying Andy Dalton $10 million, and that's a little bit tough to get over. But, Parth, you hit it on the head. I think Justin Fields is ready for this city. He's ready for this moment. He's ready for this stage. You said it, Trubisky never really performed on a big stage at North Carolina, even though he did win them a couple of games in the season that he played in. I think Fields is ready to go, if I'm being completely honest. He's won big games. He's played well with the lights shining bright on him. What a better way to start his season than hyping up the first Sunday Night Football game of the year with Justin Fields' first game against one of the best defenses in the NFL. We're going to keep following this as we hopefully get to go to in-person training camp and also see stuff happening over the summer. But Mark Patash, one of the writers that does some Bears work, said after the first rookie minicamp, there's no reason he didn't see why Justin Fields shouldn't be the week 1 starter or wasn't capable of being the week 1 starter. So I think he's going to come out and surprise some people this summer. I'm not essentially saying he's going to start week 1, but something deep down just tells me he's going to. I think a lot of the country would want to see that for the first Sunday Night Football game of the season, and I surely don't want to be sitting on my couch second, third week of college and see Andy Dalton just get slaughtered and get made fun of for the entire next week. So I'm going to agree with you, and if it's not week 1, I think it's probably week 4 when they play the Lions. As much as the Bears want this to be a Kansas City-type situation, I don't think Andy Dalton's consistency can hold up. I think you'll see some good play from him. You'll see some bad play from him. But overall, it's not going to be consistent enough to make this team competitive with the 3rd toughest schedule in the league. So I think we've got to see Fields sooner than later, and I sure as heck hope it would be week 1 because I do think he's ready for this moment. So, Jaylen, are we in consensus here? Would you like to see Justin Fields step out there week 1 against the Rams at SoFi Stadium on Sunday Night Football?
Of course. I was talking about this with Parth, right before we started recording. Like, the NFL didn't give us, Monday Night Football so we could see freaking Andy Dalton go out there and possibly throw picks to Jaylen Ramsey or get sacked or
throwing picks to Jaylen Ramsey. Speaking of current events, would be the worst thing that could happen right now with how much beef he's getting with
Andy Dalton. With Andy Dalton as
media.
a starter, with Andy Dalton as a starter, it's probably
gonna happen. Looking for a 90-yard touchdown.
Hopefully that happens. I'm saying with Andy Dalton as a starter, it's possible. Justin Fields is possible as well, but I'd rather Justin Fields throw a pick than Andy Dalton because he's showing we're progression, showing a young quarterback. Oh, don't do that. Andy Dalton's been in the league for 10 years now. If he's doing that, it's a problem. But it is what it is. So yeah, like I said, the NFL didn't give us a Sunday Night Football game first week of the season against the Rams, who were a playoff team last year, to see Andy Dalton go out there. They want to see Justin Fields. Bears fans want to see Justin Fields. Non-Bears fans want to see Justin Fields go out there. So I feel like he should be the day 1 starter. I know, like Rappaport said, it's a 5% chance that he's the starter. Nagy has went on multiple, shows, podcasts, and said that he's going to bring along Justin Fields, as slow as possible. He's not going to start him unless, he's shown that he needs to start him like he ultimately has to.
Actions speak louder than words. The Bears have been the team that has gone back on their words more than probably anyone throughout the last 2 or 3 seasons.
And like you said, like a lot of people, minicamp was last week, and yes, it's against the air and not a lot of contact because it's a minicamp. But Justin Fields is very accurate. They said he was more accurate than Mitchell Trubisky was, or any other quarterback was in last year's training camp just in 1 day. So that gives me hope that coming into training camp and as he progresses through more OTAs that happen later next week. When everybody starts to get on the field, actually, that he can prove that he can be the starting quarterback in this rookie season. I ultimately agree or think in my mind that he can instantly be or he can, definitely beat out Andy Dalton in a QB competition if he's given that chance.
Yeah, and Patash also said a couple of weeks or last week that it seems like Fields doesn't need the training wheels that Trubisky needed this early on in the season. He's someone who is ready to go, is already making the accurate passes, and has shown and excelled in accuracy throughout his time so far in the limited action that he's had, whereas Trubisky had to lean into it a little bit. But it seems like clearly, just in terms of being a prospect, Justin Fields is levels ahead of where Mitchell Trubisky was when he came in. And obviously, Fields was the 11th pick. And Trubisky was the second, but it seems like even though the Bears drafted Fields a little bit lower, he's much less of a prospect and more of a surefire quarterback than Trubisky was. So, Parth, I'm going to pass it to you. The Bears have never had a 3,000-yard passer, much less a 4,000-yard passer in the history of their team. And we've seen a lot of rookie quarterbacks light it up during their rookie seasons when they've gotten opportunities in years past. Just in his second season in 2018, Deshaun Watson had just over 4,000 passing yards, 26 touchdowns, 9 interceptions. He also had 19 touchdowns and 8 interceptions in his rookie year with almost 2,000 passing yards in the limited action that he did see. So I want to ask you, what do you think Fields' 2020 season looks like in terms of his stat line?
Well, he's definitely over 3,000 yards, in my opinion, if he starts week 1. I'm going to go with 3,700 passing yards.
Woo!
22.
That's bold for a Bears quarterback, man.
I mean, Trubisky threw 3,200 his second year.
Yeah.
Oh, excuse me. The Bears have never had a 4,000-yard passer. My bad.
So if Trubisky can throw 3,200 his second year, I can see Fields throwing 3,700.
And that's with him playing, 2 less games. And that's if Justin Fields starts all 17 games.
Yeah, I have him starting week 1, so 3,700 passing yards, 23 passing touchdowns. I'll go 9 picks, and then 575 rushing yards and 6 rushing touchdowns.
All right. If he starts week 1, I'm gonna go a little less bold. I'm gonna go 3,400 passing yards, 26 touchdowns, 10 interceptions. I also think he'll be effective on the ground, though, which is something we haven't really seen out of a Bears quarterback in the past. Because he's obviously, Mitchell Trubisky was an athlete, but he wasn't as athletic as Justin Fields. I think we see Justin Fields really. Yeah. I think we see Justin Fields blow up the stat sheet as a runner this year, like we've seen Lamar Jackson do in the past, like we've seen Cam Newton do in the past. I don't think it's going to be any record-setting numbers, breaking accolades that guys like Lamar and Cam and Michael Vick have set. But I do think he has a solid year rushing the ball. Probably about, I'd say, 400, 500 rushing yards. I don't know if that's too bold or not. And maybe 4 or 5 rushing touchdowns as well. I think he's a dual-threat quarterback, and the Bears have to account for that element and get him going on the ground. So I'm going to go 3,500, 26 or 27 passing touchdowns, 10 interceptions, and also is an effective option on the ground. This is if he starts week 1. We have no clue what's going to happen. So it's a little bit of an early prediction, but I'm going to be bold for now because I do think Justin Fields is ready for this stage. So, Jaylen, before we close this one off, what are your predictions? What's Fields going to get done in 2021 if he is the week 1 starter?
I was going to say something bold, like he breaks that 4,000 yards, but I'm not going to say that.
Say it. We need some differentials. We need some differentials on this show. You've always been someone to be pretty bold and ahead of things. You're not the guy that comes on here and says Matthew Stafford's a top 10 quarterback all time and is a Hall of Famer, but we need someone to be bold here.
Okay, so I definitely think our passing.
Stafford's gonna win a ring this year. Now I'm playing.
What? Yo, you have to. Cheat.
All right, let's go.
So I'm trying to. I know Eric Kramer is our our passing touchdown in a season with 29. If Fields starts the whole season, I could easily see if Fields tying that or even breaking it in his rookie season. But
that is really,
bro, it's 20.
We did see Mahomes throw 50 touchdowns in his second year.
Freaking 50.
Did Herbert throw this year?
31.
Okay.
And he didn't start.
And he also started week 4.
Yeah.
No, he started week 2. So that's in 15. So in 15 games.
Man. Football's been gone for so long. I forgot about all this, man.
Yeah. So in 31 games, due to 31 or 15 games, 31 touchdowns.
Yeah, you also have to take into account that there's an extra game in 2021, 17 rather than 16. That's a whole another 4 quarters to rack up that. So
even better, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm not gonna say I do think he can break that 29 pass. He's gonna do it if he projects to what we think he can be. He's gonna pass that easily with 29. But in this rookie season, I'm gonna go like 25 touchdowns. I'm gonna go 3,400 yards, 25 touchdowns, 9 or 10 picks with like 400 or 450 rushing yards and like a couple rushing touchdowns because he's a running quarterback. Like he has that ability to do it. He ran a 4.4, but that's not his, he doesn't that's not his first option. Like if a play breaks down, he's not gonna think, oh, let me run. He's gonna eventually or look for a person to get open before he goes to that. So I'm excited. I just pray to God that he starts week 1.
I hope he doesn't pull a Trubisky stat line in his rookie season.
Stop.
7-7, bro.
Stop.
7-7 in 12 games.
Stop.
7 touchdowns, 7 interceptions.
Stop.
22 passes.
Stop.
Bro, I was excited after that. Like, bro,
stop.
Let's go.
If anything, we need to hope that he exceeds our expectations.
No, yeah, because I've been like looking at rookie quarterbacks. I'm like, bro, I was excited after 7.
I mean, hey, what if he explodes on the scene and surprises us and starts week 1 and wins Rookie of the Year? That would be
like Herbert threw 31. Like,
also, he can be like Josh Allen and take his time too. That could happen as well. So we can't just
no. Josh Allen was a project coming up though.
Yeah, we'll see. I think Justin Fields was ready for this stage and ready for what Chicago's ready to present to him. But we'll see when the coaches give him his time. These predictions are only if he starts week 1, which we all came to a joint agreement on. But I think I could easily see him starting further down the road, depending on how it plays out. But we're going to keep you guys covered with everything in training camp this summer and how Justin Fields stands in terms of that week 1 start. So be sure to like and subscribe and follow whatever platform you are listening on. Thank you so much for listening into episode number 136 of Uncut. If you want more content from us, head over to our website, beareddown.com. We're going to get that back up and rolling soon, getting you guys some training camp content. So be sure to head over there if you want any more content from us. The link is down in our bio. If you would like to find the podcast on Instagram or Twitter, you can find it on both platforms at Beared Down. And finally, you can find the links to all of our social media pages down in the description. You can see Parth and Jaylen talk a ton of White Sox, and you can see our thoughts on the entirety of Chicago sports as well as the whole National Football League. So be sure to check out our Instagram and Twitter pages. The links to those are down in the description as well. Parth Shaw, Jaylen McClinton, feels good to be back. Feels a little bit weird being in Illinois, but I'm happy that it's summer and we're going to be able to start posting each and every day again. This is really our bread and butter time where we go to work and get up as much content as possible. So any last words before we close this one off?
Yeah, it's a little bit weird to be back home, but I know we'll be a little bit more productive back here. I think we'll have more time to record, push more videos out for you guys. Also, just getting closer to football season. Training camp is almost here. Me and Chris and Jaylen want to go down there a lot this summer, so we'll make that happen and we'll get some content.
Yeah, definitely some training camp vlogs coming here soon in about a month or 2. Jaylen, any last words before we close this one out?
It feels good. It feels good to have like the boys back in town. Like I moved too, so like where I was before, it was like an hour away compared to 30-minute drive from where they're at. So we definitely trying to link up this summer. So go to a White Sox game. I'm gonna talk about it after we get done recording. But it's definitely gonna be an interesting summer. We have something to be happy about. I don't think we would have thought we had Justin Fields 3 weeks ago or 4 weeks ago. A month ago. So.
I would be much less motivated to record right now, even though I have the time. If we didn't have,
imagine if we traded up and took Mac Jones.
Yeah, I wouldn't be mad about that.
I'm
happy we have
Mac Jones stats. Is he gonna start over Andy Dalton week 1? Like, bro. And Justin Fields goes to freaking the Patriots. I would cry, but yeah, that's about it.
Yeah, well, we've got a lot of content coming for you guys this summer, so please be sure to be on the lookout. We're getting back to our motto, our slogan, everything Bears every day of the week. We're definitely posting every day now that we have the time, and we're excited. So training camp is just around the corner. We're going to keep you guys up to date on all the Bears content that we can. Guys, it's been a pleasure to be your host. It's a pleasure to be back in Illinois. Once again, my name is Chris Malpe, and Bears fans, as always, do us a favor and stay safe and bear down. We'll see you guys in the next one Friday, tomorrow, May 21st. And that's pretty much it for this one, guys. Peace out.